All right, let's find cosecant of pi over 4. So I know this is 1 over sine of pi over 4. And now we're just going to go to the unit circle. So the sine of pi over 4 is the y value at pi over 4, which is root 2 over 2. So this is 1 over root 2 over 2. Now you just have to remember how to divide by a fraction. So to divide by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. So it's the denominator that you flip, and it always works that way, that basically if I'm looking for the cosecant of pi over 4, I just find the sine of pi over 4, and then I just flip the ratio. So sine of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2, so then cosecant pi over 4 is 2 over root 2. So I'm going to go the long way, but the shortcut is always just find the ratio and then flip it over when you're looking for a reciprocal trig ratio. Okay, so the secant of 5 pi over 6 is 1 over the cosine of 5 pi over 6, which is 1 over negative root 3 over 2, and then I just got to flip that. So this is the same as 1 times negative 2 over root 3, which is just negative 2 over root 3. So again, if it's secant, I know I'm looking for the cos of 5 pi over 6. As soon as you find that ratio is negative root 3 over 2, just flip it over, and that is your secant 5 pi over 6. Okay, cotangent pi over 2 is 1 over tan of pi over 2, which equals 1 over, so always remember, tan is y over x. So at pi over 2, the y value is 1 and the x value is 0, which means this is 1 times 0 over 1, which equals 0. So what's important here is that the calculator can't actually find this, because if you punch into your calculator, make sure you're in radians, tan of pi over 2, it says undefined. If you go 1 divided by undefined, it still says it's not defined. But in fact, because we're smarter than the calculator, we know that the tan of pi over 2 is 1 over 0, so we can flip that ratio and go, okay, this is 1 times 0 over 1, and we get the real answer. The cotangent of pi over 2 is 0.